Hello, good day, how are you doing? Hello, good day, it's time to talk. Ha ha, ha ha, ha 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 ha. I am feeling dizzy as f***. Hello you guys, it's Danny, and welcome back to another video. Oh my god, is that a beauty blender in her hand? Yes it is. Oh my god, is she not wearing any makeup? No. I am not, but I am about to be, because for this video, for some reason I decided, you know what, let's just like chat about confidence and do my makeup at the same time, but an original idea. As we start with my whole routine, I'm going to first talk about like what actually inspired me to make this video in the first place. I've talked about this many times, but recently I've been feeling like I want to do something a little bit different with my channel. Pow, 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 pow. Sorry, I got distracted with pounding my face. Haha, I look crazy. Anyways, I decided I wanted to look at my older content and kind of see like a bit of a contrast from then until now. Like what was I doing? Why wasn't it sustainable to me? Like all this stuff. And I clicked on a video that I uploaded maybe like 6 or 7 months ago. Just watch this clip. Hey guys, it's Danny and welcome back to another video. My camera presence was so bad compared to where I am now. And in that time, after posting that video, I made the decision that I was not going to focus on making content at all. And honestly, I think that's one of the best decisions I could have possibly made. Granted, after I came back, my views are definitely not where they used to be, which is highly unfortunate because I think my content's actually getting a lot better. But it got me thinking, as I watched like these clips of myself, I was like, oh my gosh, like at this point, I had already been working on like my self-love and my confidence, whatever train that my brain was on. Like I was already on that shit for a couple of years at that point. I've been putting years of work into myself to no longer be depressed and anxious and feeling like shit like literally all the time. However, my camera presence got so much better not by like going on camera way more. It got better because as I lived my life, I experienced so many things and made so many decisions that built my confidence as a human being. And girl, like, when I was a child, I was very confident. Like, when I was younger, like, I was bullied a lot. Like, fun story, I was bullied. People thought I was weird because I was. Do you see me? Do I seem normal? No, I seem crazy. My confidence really took a dip, and granted, you could say, well, you were a teenager, that makes sense, but that wasn't it, bro. Like, it does have to do with your hormones and shit, and it's much harder to be confident truly on the inside when you're a teenager and the world seems like the most terrifying thing. However, in my opinion, in my humble opinion, I don't think that was the only reason why I was not feeling okay. But my point is, within a short period of time, my confidence went from this, hey guys, it's Danny, to what you see in front of you now. Ooh, look at that shit. Oh shit, look good. Oh shit. So, getting back to what I was saying, which for some reason is extra hard for me today. In that period of time, I ended up kind of like volunteering at a hostel, and I don't want to say that's why, but the things that I had to do there, I think is really what I attribute my growth to. When I worked there, there were a lot of things that I had to do, such as rallying large groups of intoxicated people. It was basically a position where I had to be a leader a lot of the time to a group of strangers, which is very daunting and scary at first, but eventually it became normal, and I realized like I actually am good at being a leader. Who would have ever thought? Especially because it's something I've always wanted to do but never felt like I really had the position to be that, even though I wanted that. And on top of that, I just met people from all different parts of the world of like different perspectives, and I realized like, oh, well, I have not always been fitting into the people around me, but maybe that's not because there's something wrong with me or I'm not just a person that people can understand. Maybe the reason that I haven't been like feeling understood by people or relating to people is more so because the people I'm surrounded by kind of come from, you know, like I live in Los Angeles, and granted, Los Angeles is huge and there's lots of diversity and whatever. And at the same time, there's many bubbles, and I've been living in bubbles for a very long time, and stepping outside of that bubble showed me, oh my god, there's so much more of the world out there than what I'm used to seeing. And I think that experience just made me realize like there's people who value me as I am, and there's things about me that are valuable that previously I have never really even noticed or acknowledged. Does that makeup look good, or do I look insane, don't I? Any palm readers want to read this? I see your future. It looks like a pile of shit. So before I really get into like the how to become confident piece, I want to talk about what confidence actually is, because I feel like a lot of people have really big misconceptions about it and kind of create an idea of what it is, but that's not what it is. So I'm going to tell you my opinion. Hi, my opinion is better than everyone else's opinion. Oh my god, it's so hard to talk and do eyeliner at the same time. One second. Look at that. So cute. So, in all honesty, what I feel like confidence is really about is self-love. And I know that may sound weird, but also hella obvious at the same time. Self-confidence means trusting yourself. You trust that whatever challenges life gives you, whatever comes your way, you will be able to handle it. To me, I feel like insecurity is about feeling like you need circumstances outside of you to be a specific way for you to be okay. Like, for example, if you're insecure about your body, it's like, I will feel good about my body if it looks this way. Or I will feel comfortable talking with people if I know they're going to like me. That may sound silly and reductive and like a really kind of simplified version of what insecurity is, which it is. It's really oversimplified. But at its heart, I feel like that's what insecurity is. And when we act out of insecurity, what we often do is we act in ways to try to avoid whatever fear it is that the insecurity is trying to protect us from. So, for example, if you're feeling insecure about your face and the way your face looks, you may feel motivated to put on a lot of makeup. Now, here's the thing. You can also put on a lot of makeup because you love your face. There's a difference between doing that from a place of like love for yourself versus doing it because you believe there's something wrong with you or you're not good enough or you have an insecurity and you're trying to like hide that. Girl, here's the thing. I have a theory in life. That is horrible. Oh my god. I'm going to just keep tilting this side of my face towards the camera so you don't notice how bad this is. Oh man, whatever. So let me tell you my little theory about life. What is something that you really want? For example, it could be, I really want to be rich. I really want to be famous. I really want to be friends with Danny. I know I want to be friends with me. I wish I had a version of me outside of myself so I could be friends with myself and give myself advice, because apparently when I'm in my own head, it gets too overwhelming. I would do so good at being my own best friend. I am my own best friend, actually. It's kind of a vibe. Highly recommend. So, why do you want what you want? Well, let's use a personal example. I want to be making a lot of money online. Okay, why do you want that? Well, I want that because then I can travel whenever I want and I don't have to worry about money. Okay, well, why don't you want to worry about money? Well, I feel like if I have money and I feel like if I have, financial freedom and the ability to be wherever I want in the world at any given time, then I feel like my life will feel more fulfilling than it is now. And why do you want your life to be more fulfilling? Because I want to feel good. I want my baseline in life to be feeling good. But here is where I think we start to take the wrong turn, is we think that feeling good is based on external circumstances, when I think the reality is that yes, in a way, like external circumstances can definitely influence how we feel. Like if you have an amazing, beautiful, kind, loving, significant other, then yeah, it's gonna be pretty freaking easy to feel good in their presence a lot of the time. And at the same time, there are people who have that and they're depressed. There are people who have all like the physical things that they could want in their life and they do not feel good. And so at that point, it's kind of like, well, like now what? I have, the wife, I have the kids, I have the money, I have the house, I have like everything I could possibly want, and I'm not happy. And I've kind of realized before I've even achieved many of these things that happiness really comes from the way that you interact in your everyday life. And to me, I think confidence is a byproduct of being a happier, more secure person in the world. And I don't think like happiness should ever be like an end goal. It's not like you achieve happiness and you achieve satisfaction and suddenly everything in life is butterflies and rainbows, because there's gonna be shit that hurts. There's gonna be things like you don't want to fucking deal with. I don't think the goal is ever to feel perfect all the time. I think your goal is to change your baseline. For the vast majority of most of my recent years, my baseline has been anxious. Like really fucking anxious. And I've decided that I don't want that to be my baseline anymore. And I don't think that your baseline is a curse. I don't think you're just born with a baseline of like, oh, I'm just an angry person, or I'm just like a happy person, or like whatever. I don't think that's how life works. I think it's based off of the thoughts you interact with. I think it's based off of what you believe about yourself. I think it's based off of, oh my god, the door was open. It felt like someone was watching me. That was fucking scary. I'll look hot, girl. Girl, Shawty a little baddie. She my little boo thing. And Shawty got the fatty. Shawty to catch a moose wing. Sorry, that was weird. Very nice. Okay, what was I saying? I don't remember. I really think at the end of the day, everybody's goal is to be happy. And I think a lot of us try to approach achieving that goal by achieving other physical, circumstantial things in our life, as opposed to working to achieve that within ourselves and realizing that it's a habit. This may be a really bad example. It's like thinking that your body will feel good if you make $1 million so you can pay for all the medical bills if anything goes wrong, as opposed to eating healthy and going to the gym and like kind of listening to what feels right to your body in any given moment. It's like you think about, you know, saving your body from future potential pain or hurt rather than, you know, fueling your body with the things that keep it like light and energetic and feeling good. It's more of like a prevention of things being bad approach rather than aspiration towards things being good approach. And that's not to say like if you're, you know, actively working towards like having a good significant other or getting a good job where you can be very, you know, like dollar bills at the strip club or at the daycare. Wait, I'm sorry. I was not alluding to anything that would have to do with that like Cuties movie. I just meant like, you know, you've given your kids a good experience in their upbringing. I don't know. I'm sorry. Don't cancel me. It's not to say that if you're working towards any circumstantial goals that that's like a bad thing or that's a waste of your time. Because girl, believe me, like if I was not working towards any circumstantial goals right now, like I would not be filming a YouTube video. I wouldn't do anything. I would just sit inside and talk to myself in the mirror all the time like a crazy person. No matter what, fear is always going to be an option. There's always going to be times where you're going to feel a little insecure. And I'm going to tell you a bunch of the things that I personally did to make that happen. Now that my makeup's done and I can actually focus on what the fuck I'm saying. Let me put it this way. Imagine that you are a person outside of yourself and imagine that you are your best friend. Would you encourage your best friend to do things that make them unhappy or that don't contribute to their long-term happiness? No. You give people time. You give people patience, but you also in that process you show them love. And the way that we show people love can be through gifts. You can do it through acts of service. Sometimes, like this morning I made my bed. Do you know how often I make my bed? Like fucking never. But you know why I did it? Because every time I have a made bed, I love getting into it. I feel really good about it. I feel proud to show my room. I feel like confident in my space. So I decided to make my bed from that place of self-love. Not because I'm scared that my mom's gonna come in my room and be like, bitch, what the fuck? It's disgusting in here. Gross. My mom would literally never say that. That's not a my mom thing to do. I did that because I knew that it would make me feel good and it would make me feel better about my day and be something that I could look at and be like, I'm proud of myself. I took care of myself. Building confidence is all about building trust with yourself. If you are a person that wants to have a clean room, don't start with feeling like you need to do every single thing with this big daunting list. Like, girl, I am sitting in a pile of boxes. You start with doing enough where you build that trust with yourself, and the more you build that trust with yourself, the easier it is for you to have confidence. Building self-confidence comes from building confidence the same way you build confidence in your other relationships. Do you guys think I should get bangs? Oh fuck, that's bad. Ignore the fact that they look like this, but should I get bangs? I look like Chad. Not really. A lot of people think that with confidence, it means that you perceive yourself as better than other people. But in my opinion, that's a false sense of confidence. It's not delusional to know that you are simply better at certain things. Like for example, I am a really good singer. I am one of the best singers I know. I am much better than most people at singing. In my mind, that is just, it's a fact. It's an observation. It's a belief that I hold about myself, right? But here's the thing. When I believe this thing and I'm like, I am better at this thing, does that mean I have more value as a person than someone who's not as good as singing? No, we all have value in a multitude of areas. You could be a sack of potatoes and you have value. You know what I mean? Like a sack of potatoes, you know what I can do with a sack of potatoes? I could make some bomb huevos rancheros. I'm so sorry for how I pronounce that. That sack of potatoes has so much value and so much potential, and you get to be even way more interesting than a bag of potatoes, might I add. You also have a lot of value inherently by existing, I have value. And we kind of get to be the ones to determine how much value that has to us. And I believe as we see the value in things around us, and as we see the value in ourselves, and we make that the primary focus of our lives, that is really when we start to feel happier, because we see the good in everything, or like whatever, like what have you. Yeah, you know, what have you. Give me what you have. This is a threat. Do I still have shit on my hands? I do. Like, when I was a teenager, I really did want to be confident, but I didn't even realize this until I started going to therapy a few years ago. And I was talking a lot about like how much I hate myself. My therapist said, well, what if at some point you talk to yourself like you love yourself? Oh, you want to be happy? Maybe try giving yourself love and positive feedback instead of shitting on yourself all the time. Ever think of that? And I remember I said to her, I'm scared that if I love myself, I'll give myself permission to be a bad person. And this is because I really believe when we have a lot of self-hate, we do this as kind of a coping mechanism or like a defense mechanism, where every time we step into something that's scary or unfamiliar, or we have a part of us that wants to consider engaging in a behavior that would be like threatening to our identity, or in our mind, like threatening to the people around us loving us or accepting us. Like if we think certain things that we have from life now are going to disappear by us being who we are, we'll instantly have that like kind of protector voice in our head come up and say, fuck you, I hate you, you're so stupid. I think talking to yourself and like giving yourself love and like saying all the good things to yourself is really important, but I don't think it's the full picture. It's really about treating yourself like your favorite person, treating yourself the way you would treat your best friend, the way you would treat your sibling. Maybe not the way you would treat your sibling, actually. I don't want you hitting yourself. Just the way you would treat like the most precious thing in your life. Like as if you were your own like baby. And I think when you start to do that with yourself, when those insecurities come up, you learn that those insecurities aren't who you are. Confidence is earned. Confidence is built and it's maintained. You don't gain giant muscles and look like a beast all the time by sitting on your couch all day. You do that by caring about your diet, going to the gym frequently, maybe taking a shit ton of steroids. But then you have tiny balls, which that's on you if you want to have a little small ball sack man. You're allowed to be a small ball sack man, like no shame. But you'd be a small ball sack man. I love you, small ball sack men, by the way. That was not an invitation. Please do not hit me up or DM me on Instagram. I will. Let me just finish this off by quickly highlighting over the things that have helped me become more confident as a person. Number one, accept your flaws. Don't hyper focus on it and make yourself feel bad about it. Acknowledge that it's there and just let it be. And if it's not something you want to be there and it's something that can change, then accept that it can change. You know, like I have pimples on my face. I've had pimples for years. My skin has gotten much better over time, but you know what? I accept that they're there. Honestly, if people don't like it, they don't like it. And that's totally fine with me. And I can also be excited for the day that I get to look in the mirror and have wrinkles instead of pimples. So that's super exciting. Can't wait for that part. Number two, do things by yourself. When I was talking about the amount of confidence that I built in between those two clips that I showed you at the beginning of this video, I had been traveling Europe by myself. I was meeting new people by myself. And honestly, this is number three, meet new people. If you have the ability or the opportunity to enter a space with new people where you know nobody, and ideally these people don't really know each other either, and you have the opportunity to be social together, it makes you realize that there's so many things, insecurities, beliefs that you have about yourself that you hold yourself to when you're around like completely new people who have never, you know, spoken with you a day in their life. You're completely showing up on a clean slate, and it gives you the opportunity to kind of open up and blossom in a different way, because there's not these kind of heavy preconceived expectations of you. Like people are interested in getting to know you, knowing very little if nothing. I feel like I got to actually know myself better because as I was traveling, I would enter like these social situations where I was around completely different people from all parts of the world, and I just got to kind of show up however I wanted and click with whoever I authentically clicked with. Number four, talk to yourself in the mirror. I talk with myself a lot, and the reason I do is because sometimes it is so hard for me to keep track of all of my thoughts, bro. I have so many of them, and when I speak out loud, I feel like I'm better able to understand understand what it is that I'm actually thinking so I can digest it and understand it. And then I can also shift those thoughts into a more positive place. Before I filmed this most recent section of the video, I went into the bathroom and I went in there not to pee or poo because I don't do that. I never do that. That's not me. I'm not gross. I don't pee and poo like you. Nasty, disgusting. I went in there to look in the mirror and talk with myself, and I hyped myself up for this section because I was feeling kind of insecure about this video. But then as I was talking with myself, I was like, I trust you. What you say has value. There's no pressure, but I believe in you. I know you can do this. And then I came back and I felt a lot better about coming on camera. So that's good. Number 5 is remind yourself about things you love about yourself. It can literally be the stupidest stuff if you do not have much good to say. It could be like, well, I like that I have nice nails, or I like that I'm into art. I like that I'm good at math. It can be the most silly, superficial things, but when you start to focus on these things that you like about yourself, that becomes what you think about more. Because right now, if you're thinking about all the things wrong with you, then yeah, you're gonna keep focusing on that. And on one end, it's we think it's good because we think that if we focus on everything wrong with us, then that's how we can control it or stop other people from seeing it, or that's how we can fix it. But in reality, I think when we focus on what we see as invaluable in ourselves, we start to see ourselves as not valuable because we identify with those things. I think also number 6, focusing on what you love in other people, that's also valuable because in general, what is your mind focusing on just in general in life? Is your mind focusing on the good in life and the things that are awesome? Or is your mind focused on the shitty things and the things that are bad and don't feel good? Which way is your mind kind of geared towards? And I personally think that when you gear your mind towards focusing upon things that are good and positive and awesome, then you're going to feel more confident going out into the world because the world is going to provide me with far more amazing things than negative things. Look, you can build some certain levels of cheap confidence, and you can be some alpha male or alpha woman who believes that you're better than other people because of some mindset that you have or you convince yourself you have. I guess it is a mindset. An alpha male mindset is a real thing. Maybe it's not as good as people think it is, but it is a real thing. I don't mean to shit on alpha male people, just there's problems in my opinion. But there are definitely ways that you can build confidence that's more superficial, and I don't think that's bad because I think oftentimes that is how we can start to develop a deeper sense of confidence within yourself. However, I think the goal is really to develop confidence that's unconditional, and I don't mean unconditional in terms of you never have moments of insecurity or you never have times where you feel scared or any of that. What I mean in terms of unconditional confidence is you're not banking your trust in yourself based on your external circumstances being or looking a specific way. You are confident in yourself whether you have $1 million in the bank or fucking $50 in the bank. You are confident in yourself regardless of if you have your dream job or if you're working as a barista at Starbucks. Regardless of what is happening out there, you've got you. I truly believe that the only way to build that is to love yourself. It's about your energy and learning what maintains my energy. It's never one thing. There's no one fix to confidence. There's no one fix to self-love. There's no one fix to happiness. It's trying out a bunch of different things and figuring out what is a practice I can develop with myself that I enjoy. Not something that you hate and you just do because you need to love yourself to be happy. It has to be something that that brings you joy in the moment, even if it can be hard or scary at times. What is a practice that you would love to bring into your everyday life that keeps you at a place of feeling happy, confident, good about yourself, all of these things? I know that this video was literally all over the place. I meant to be way more organized and there were definitely things I wanted to say that I didn't say, but this video is about confidence, okay? This video isn't about being organized. Thank you for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed. If you did, please do all the things, click all the buttons, and I will see you guys next time. Ciao.